Hello students, welcome to Reddy's classes. Hope you all are safe at home. So I hope your online study lectures in your school has been started. So let us not waste time and start our lecture. I will be teaching you chemistry. I am Mr. Patel. I will be teaching you chemistry. So what do you mean by chemistry? Chemistry is a combined effects of what? Metals, non-metals, metalloids, many chemicals. You may heard of some of the chemicals. What are the chemicals? Hydrochloric acids, sulfuric acids. These are the types of chemicals and many more. There are many more chemicals here. We are going to study this. So let us start with the chapter, the language of chemistry. So here we are going to deal with what do we mean by symbol, what are the symbols for chemical equations, chemical formulas, how are equations formed, how do we balance in chemical equation, what do we exactly mean by a chemical equation. Chemical equations are solid, liquid, gaseous, aqueous. In an aqueous solution, what are the elements, what are metals, non-metals, what are metalloids, what do we mean by valency. Everything we are going to study in this chapter. So let us start with the first point here, symbol. Every element is given a definite symbol for it. So you represent H for hydrogen, N nitrogen, oxygen, O sulfur, S, etc., etc., etc. have their valency, they have their atomic number, they have their atomic mass number. They have been put in a block, in a blockwise system, S block, P block, D block, F block. They are made by the scientists, Dobrenier, Newland, Octaves, Mendeleev and many more. So let us start with the first section of this chapter. This is symbols. What do you mean by symbol? A symbol represents a short form of an element. What does a symbol represent? If I talk about hydrogen, H is the symbol. H represents that the element is hydrogen. What do you mean by symbol? A symbol represents short form of an element. You know there are elements, there are 118 elements and more to be discovered now. Okay, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, etc., etc., etc. So we have learned about the symbols of common elements in chemistry. The symbol not only represents the short form of the element but conveys qualitative as well as quantitative information and their meanings. So what are they? See here. What do you mean by qualitative and quantitative meaning of the term symbol? Let us take an example of an element sulfur. An element sulfur which is denoted by the symbol S, whose symbol is S, sulfur has a symbol S. What do you mean by the qualitative meaning? This S represent, the symbol represent a specific element. S represent the element sulfur, as in H represent the element hydrogen. Exactly they are same. Hydrogen, H, sulfur, S. A symbol represent one atom of an element. S represent one atom of sulfur. If it is written like this S, it means it has or it represent what? One atom of sulfur. As in hydrogen represent what? One atom of hydrogen. This H represent one atom of hydrogen. So what does this? So here if H represent one atom of hydrogen, S represent one atom of sulfur, what this O2 represent? Two atoms of. What does O represent? It represents oxygen, means it has two atoms of oxygen. Okay, it is a qualitative meaning. Now what do you mean by a quantitative meaning? What do you mean by quantitative meaning? A symbol represents the mass of the element. The mass. Every symbol, every element has their corresponding masses, have their weight. Vajan जिसको बोलते हो आप लोग, it is none other than the mass. A symbol represents the mass of the element equal to its atomic mass. It has the atomic mass. For example, S represent how many times it is heavier than the atomic mass unit. Make a definition of it. AMU, atomic mass unit, which is defined as 1/12. This is 1/12 mass of carbon atom. कार्बन एटम का अगर 1/12 पार्ट निकाल देंगे, 1/12 पार्ट अगर मैं निकाल दूंगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? वो एटॉमिक मास यूनिट हो जाएगा. अगर मैं उसमें निकाल दूंगा तो किसका? सल्फर का. In the present case, sulfur atom is 32 times heavier than one atomic mass unit, and hence its atomic mass is 32. Means it is 32 times heavier than atomic mass unit. Therefore, it has the atomic mass of 32. Let us continue now with. So let us go here. Chemical formulas. We have some chemical formulas here. Every element has their basic chemical formulas. What are they? The chemical formula of a substance, it can be element or a compound, is the symbolic representation of actual number of atoms present in one molecule of the substance, of that substance itself. How? If I talk about an element, अगर मैं element की बात कर रहा हूं तो वो क्या होता है? मोनोटॉमिक होता है. मोनोटॉमिक होता है. क्या होता है? मोनोटॉमिक. मतलब if it can exist independently as a single atom, वो independent atom के जैसे बाहर आएगा. In such a situation, its molecular formula is the symbol of the element. Monatomic मतलब क्या? एक. सिंगल तो क्या हो जाएगा वो? फॉर एग्जाम्पल देखो, जहां पर आप लोग सोडियम बोलते हैं Na इज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन फॉर सोडियम, Mg मैग्नीशियम. ये एग्जाम्पल से सोडियम एंड मैग्नीशियम आर द सिंबल एज वेल एज द मॉलिक्यूलर फॉर्मूला. दिस आर द molecular formula of sodium, and as I said about an element is monoatomic, as I said. For example, sodium, magnesium, they are the symbols as well as their molecular formula of sodium and magnesium is none other than what? Sodium Na, magnesium Mg. Okay, when an element exists as a molecule, which consists of टू और मोर एटम्स, अगर वो मॉलिक्यूल के फॉर्म में आ जाएगा तो उसमें कुछ दो या दो से ज्यादा एटम्स उसमें पाए जाएंगे, तो क्या हो जाएगा? देन इन मॉलिक्यूलर फॉर्मूला इज द सिंबल ऑफ द एलिमेंट विद अ सबस्क्रिप्ट ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड. मतलब अगर यहाँ पे कोई एलिमेंट है, ये अगर कोई बॉक्स एलिमेंट है तो इसके यहाँ पे 3 लिखेंगे. देखना राइट हैंड साइड पे उसका सबस्क्रिप्ट लिखा जाएगा कि कितने एटम्स वो कैरी करता है. तो कोई एलिमेंट ऐसा है वहां पर हम लोग 4 भी लिख सकते हैं. कोई एलिमेंट ऐसा है जिसके यहाँ पर राइट में मैं 6 भी लिख सकता हूं. तो इससे क्या पता चलेगा कि कितना एटम वो एलिमेंट कैरी कर रहा है, हाउ मच एटम दैट एलिमेंट इज कैरिंग विद हिम. सो लेट अस गो थ्रू एन एग्जांपल हियर. फॉर एग्जांपल, द मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ फॉस्फोरस हैज 4 एटम्स. फॉस्फोरस हैज 4 एटम. कैन आई राइट इट लाइक दिस? P4 एज इट इज. मैंने बोला यहाँ पर एलिमेंट लिखा जाएगा और यहाँ पे उसके एटम्स. तो फॉस्फोरस हैज 4 atom, hence phosphorus can be written like this. So what is the next part given here is a molecule, B part. The molecule of a compound can have number of atoms, of different element present in whole number 0 1 2 3 so on. Okay, the molecular formula is written by writing the number of atom on each element in its one molecule. For example, if I talk about glucose, you know glucose. If I talk about glucose, the formula for glucose is C6H12O6. C6H12O6 is the molecular formula for glucose. What does this whole formula represent? Means it has 6 atoms of carbon, it has 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. This is the molecular formula written by writing the number of atoms. It is written number of atoms. It carries 6, it carries 12, it carries 6 once again. So did you get the point? Molecular formula कैसा लिखा जाता है कि उसके साथ में कितने एटम्स उसमें है. तो ग्लूकोज में C6H12O6 मतलब कार्बन के 6 एटम्स है, हाइड्रोजन के 12 है, ऑक्सीजन के 6 है. That's it. तो आप लोग आगे भी जब इसके बारे में और सीखेंगे तो वहां पर हर एटम के बारे में कितना उसका मॉलिक्यूल्स है वो पता चलेगा. तो देखते हैं आगे हम लोग. So let us study the concept of valency. Now we are going to study the concept of valency. If I talk about valency, it is the number of valence electron present in the outermost shell of an atom. Number of valence electron present in the outermost shell of an atom. But see the definition here given is the number of hydrogen atom. The number of hydrogen atom which combines directly or indirectly with one atom of an element, with one atom of any element, so as to form a compound. We have to form a compound is called as valency. Let us see the assumptions of valency here. Let us start with finding the assumptions in finding valency of an element. Assumptions in finding valency of an element. So, the valency of hydrogen. The valency of hydrogen and all metals. In a periodic table, there are metals, metalloids and non-metals. So, all the metals as well as hydrogen have considered as positive. The valency of hydrogen and all metal is considered positive, means their valency will be positive. The valency of all non-metals except hydrogen, because hydrogen is none other than a metal as well as a non-metal. The valency of all non-metal except hydrogen is considered as negative, means all the non-metals and except hydrogen considered as what? Negative. As the molecule of a compound is electrically neutral, means have same number of protons, same number of electrons, therefore it is a neutral atom or electrically neutral. It is assumed that the total positive valence in its molecule is equal to the total negative, means same number of protons and same number of electrons makes an atom electrically neutral. That is what given here. Let us go through an example here. In the compound HCl, what do you mean by HCl? Hydrochloric acid, HCl. Okay, let me tell you one more thing. HCl, if it could be concentrated acid as well as dilute acid. Concentrated का मतलब क्या, ज्यादा पावर. Dilute मतलब थोड़ा कम पावर. आयंस की कमी तो डाइल्यूट हो जाएगा, ज्यादा होगा तो कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड हो जाएगा. ओके, तो चलो लेट अस सी फर्दर नाउ व्हाट इज गिवन. In the compound HCl, hydrochloric acid, one atom of hydrogen, you can see, combines with one atom of chlorine. Hydrogen combines with chlorine, Cl chlorine, and forms what? Hydrochloric acid. You can form a compound hydrochloric acid. So therefore the valency of chlorine is what? Negative. Somewhat why? Metals, non-metals, as I said in here, the valency of all non-metals except hydrogen is considered as negative. So we get the value of chlorine here. Similarly, in a compound H2S, two atom of hydrogen combines with one atom of sulfur. So directly I can write like -2. It was having only one atom of hydrogen, therefore -1. It has two atoms of hydrogen here, -2. Did you get the valency now? Did you get the valency? Sorry, see here, 2 and -1. However, this method is of calculating valency is outdated. ये बहुत पहले इस्तेमाल किया जाता था. अभी हमारे पास नए मेथड्स आ गए हैं वैलेंसी ढूंढने के. तो वो जो मेथड्स होंगे, जैसे मैंने बोला, वैलेंसी क्या होता है? नंबर ऑफ वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन इन द आउटर मोस्ट शेल, किसके? एटम के शेल के जो बाहर का जो शेल होगा एटम में, तो उसमें जो भी नंबर आएगा इलेक्ट्रॉन का, तो वो हो जाएगी आपकी वैलेंसी. उसके बारे में हम लोग इस सिलेबस के 4th चैप्टर में स्टडी करेंगे एटॉमिक मॉडल्स के साथ. तो तब तक के लिए आप लोग आगे की चीज देख सकते हो. वी कैन सी हियर व्हाट इज गिवन, वेरिएबल वैलेंसी. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय अ वेरिएबल वैलेंसी? It has been found that certain metal exhibit more than one valency. Some metals has more than one valency. In such a situation, metal is said to exhibit variable valency. As I said, it has been found that certain metals exhibit more than one valency. In such condition or in such situations, metal are said to have exhibit variable valency. They have exhibit variable valency, means their valency can be variable, may change. The reason for variable valency in certain metal is that depending upon the experimental condition, we are performing an experiment, there will be some experimental condition in it. What are they? An atom of the metal loses more electrons. If any of the metal loses more electron that are present in its outermost shell, as I said about what do you mean by valency? Number of valence electron present in the outermost shell. Exactly what is going to happen here? That is, it may lose some electrons from the shell. Okay, so next to the outermost shell, as I said, if this is an atom, it has some shells here. Okay, if an element, sodium, has 11 as an atomic number, 281 valencies, we have to find the valencies and etc. This we are going to study in 4th chapter. Okay, this we are going to study in the fourth chapter here. This is exhibit valency. More of it will be learned in the chapter number 4. There is an example given here. You can go through an example. The example is an atom of iron has 2 electrons. Atom of iron has 2 electrons in its valence shell. On losing these electrons, it has valence 2 plus. If it lose 2 electrons, then it will be 2 plus. However, sometimes it manages to lose one more electron. Sometimes in condition, as it said, experimental condition, if it loses one more electron, then what will be the valence? It will be 3 plus. Exactly what is given here. You may go through the example now. Okay. Let us study how to name element with 2 different valences. If there are 2 different valences, then how will you notice or how will you recognize an symbol of an element or an element actually? So, what is given here? If an element exhibits 2 different positive valency, then suffix "-os" is attached at the end. Suffix "-os" when there is a positive valency. When there is a positive valency, the suffix is "-os", but with respect to it has a negative valency, then it can be suffix as "-ik". Suffix as "-ik" and suffix as "-os" for positive valencies as well as for negative valency. Now I have an example here. See, iron. The name for iron came from Latin word known as ferrum. What? Exhibit 2 valencies. This is 2 plus, 3 plus. Okay. So what I tell here is it is positive, and if I talk about negative, it is none other than negative. It may be higher valency. We can term it in higher and lower valency. Higher and lower valency. So as it is given here, if an element exhibits 2 different positive valencies, then the suffix is attached at the end of the name of the element. For lower valency, we used suffix "-os", and for higher valency, we used suffix as "-ik". So, if I have 2 plus or 3 plus, if I have 2 plus or 3 plus, you can see here there are 2 different positive valencies. For iron came from a Latin word known as ferrum. I have 2 plus or 3 plus. Which one is the lower one? You can see 2 plus is lower as compared to 3 plus. You can see here 2 plus is lower. So for low, if I talk about suffix for lower valency, okay, it is "-os", and for higher it is used as "-ik". We have 2 variable valencies of 2 plus and 3 plus. Both are positive here. So I can write for 2 plus, it is ferrum. As I said, the Latin word for iron is ferrum. I can use it as ferrous. If it has 2 plus valency, positive, lower valency is known as ferrous, and if it is 3 plus, then I can write it as ferric. So you have heard about ferrous oxides, ferric oxides. So these are how you will get it with low valencies and with high valencies. Okay, you got, if there are 2 positive valencies, 2 positive different variable valencies, if it is lower we use suffix as "-os", and for it is higher we use suffix as "-ik". Okay, let us term some more about radicals. These are given, write a note, study on the note. Let us go through radicals. A group of atoms having some negative or positive charge on them. If any of the atom or the group of the atom has positive or negative charge on it, it could be positive or negative, which can retain its identity in series of chemical reaction, is called as radicals. Directly let us go here. Ammonium is a radical having formula NH4. You can see here properly. We have plus and minus term here, we said as positive and negative. Ammonium is a radical having formula NH4. Carbon, it is a radical having formula CO3, 2 minus, it is given 2 minus. So what is it? It has group of atom. It could be positive or negative. They are known as the atoms which has positive as well as negative nature can be known as radicals. Okay, we can retain in identity in series of the chemical reactions as radical. In the next lecture we shall study more about the chemical equations and chemical formulas here. We will be studying some more assumptions and the valences here. Okay, till then you have to watch our whole video. You have to go through our app, Redis Classes app, in the Play Store. You should download our app, and if you have any of the doubt regarding the lectures or any of the doubt regarding the terms and the topics, you should check on the chat box here. Okay, we will be giving you a faster reply as soon as possible. Till then, stay safe, stay home.